Alright, here's another attempt to try to show you how to set up Adobe Connect so that I can broadcast an iPad using Explain Everything onto Adobe Connect. And what I have here as far as the setup is the MacBook Pro, the display, a secondary display, and iPad Air. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into Firefox, and with Firefox we're going to close down any old meeting. That's the first thing. New window, and we're going to click on, I've got something, I'm going to go into Adobe Connect, and mine is through University of Maine system. But log in there. I'm going to put in my password. Okay. We're logging in. And that's going to take me to the home page. I'm going to create a new meeting in Adobe Connect. I'll call this T9. You can see I've been trying this for a while. T9. Go down to the bottom. Instead of going through the next thing, I'm just going to click Finish. And it's going to bring up this screen here, and I'm going to hit Enter Meeting Room. That's going to bring up a new screen over here called T9, and it'll start loading up Adobe Connect. And says it's connecting. And this is the screen that comes up here, and it's the basic screen for Adobe Connect. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drag that over here to my primary screen, and it fills it up. We're going to hit Share My Screen. Drop down, and here I'm going to click on display the desktop, and I'm going to use my main display as what I'm trying to share. Then that takes me back over to here. I'm going to close this. I'm actually going to open that, and then I'm going to go back to Firefox one more time. This time I'm going to go open up the meeting in a secondary tab. Watch, it'll open a new tab. And now I'm like a participant. I'm watching this meeting from a second point of view. And you can see that we're in this screen share now. So now I'm going to go back over to my iPad, and so I'm sharing the screen that's up here. You can see it being shared over here, and I don't know what this is. Oh, this is part of that. I'll just maximize that on this screen so it takes it away over here. But I want to go back to Firefox and show that here. So now. And actually what works pretty good is if I close, I'm going to auto hide that thing on the right there. So I'll show this whole screen. Now I've got my iPad Air here. And the iPad Air, I'm going to log in there. And I've got these two, the iPad and the MacBook, connected by with Air Display. So I'm going to, and this works as long as you have a network. My biggest challenge here is figuring out how to get that to come up, and it does come up. So then we're going to click on AirPlay, and I'm going to show my that it's mirroring, and it mirrors on my main screen up here, which also mirrors on the screen that's being shown. So this is my monitor of what the students are seeing. And so I'm going to go up here and I'm going to maximize this as far as the biggest screen that we can show, and take that away. I have tried hitting this button, this little button that takes it to a larger level, but when I do that, I lose my screen over here, and I don't know what that little button does, but it doesn't seem to, I'm not sure, but I can't see, I couldn't see if students were asking questions or anything, so I'm going to take that back down. Now you can mess with this button. It doesn't seem to do a whole lot in terms of the effect, but anyway, that's what we have, and it works pretty good. The problem that I'm having right now is that I'm not using all of the real estate on the displayed screen. So, but let's take a look. So now I'm going to open up Explain Everything. And in Explain Everything, I'm going to start a new meeting. Now I'm back on my iPad. I hit Start a New Meeting. I like this one for now. And I want to take a video. So a new video. That's the other side. You can see my wallet there. I want to turn it around and show me, which is got my iPhone. And then I want to take that and I'll put me up here in the corner. And you can see that that's showing over on what the students are seeing. And then I can now record this if I want to make a recording of just the iPad show itself. But of course, if I want to just focus on the meeting, I want to typically set the mic on here, and I don't use the camera, so I'm going to turn down the volume over here because I'm getting a little bit of feedback. I don't need the webcam, but that's how I get it set up. And now I can see my chat. Normally most of my students communicate with me by chat, and I can also do my PowerPoint show here, or not PowerPoint, but my video, and then I can go and you can play with Explain Everything. I'm sure you probably know what that's all about. Okay. All right, that's how to get set up with Adobe Connect, an iPad, and Explain Everything software. Let's see.